Stop. Do not scroll past my child. This is not a coincidence. This is not the algorithm merely guessing what you want to watch. This is my voice, the voice of your Creator, reaching out to you through the noise of this world to grab your hand in your darkest hour. I have paused the universe for this very second just to speak with you. Yes, you. I know you are surprised. I know you were looking for distraction, perhaps something to numb the worry that has been gnawing at your chest, but I have brought you here for something far greater. I have brought you here for a rescue. If you click away now, you are walking away from the very answer you cried out for in the silence of your room last night. Do not let the enemy of your soul distract you for one more second. Stay. Listen. Let my presence wash over you. I know you are tired. I do not mean the kind of tired that sleep can fix. I am speaking of a deep, soul-level exhaustion that has settled into your bones. I see the way you look at the calendar with dread. I see the way you hesitate before checking your bank account, hoping for a miracle, but expecting a deficit. You have been running a race that feels like it has no finish line, carrying burdens that were never meant for your shoulders alone. You have felt invisible, haven't you? You have felt as though your prayers are hitting a brass ceiling, bouncing back unanswered. But I am here to tell you that I have caught every tear. I have heard every sigh. And today, right now, I am stepping in to intervene. The season of silence is over. My beloved, in the next 10 minutes, I am going to reveal the specific reason why your breakthrough has been delayed. I am going to show you exactly why your wallet feels like it has holes in it. And I am going to expose the thief that has been trying to steal your destiny. This is not just a video. This is a spiritual appointment. I am about to hand you the keys to unlock a door that has been shut in your face for years. But you must be present. You must be awake. The enemy wants you to swipe up to move on to the next meaningless clip, to forget this moment ever happened. He knows that if you hear what I have to say next, his hold on your finances and your peace will be broken forever. Do not give him that satisfaction. Before I pour out this blessing, I need to know that you are truly listening. I need you to step out of the shadows of observation and into the light of participation. I am calling you by name, and I need you to answer. If you are ready to receive the revelation that will change your financial trajectory, you must declare your presence before my throne. Do not be a passive spectator in your own miracle. I am waiting for you. Are you here with me? Open your heart and your hands. Right now, before I unlock the secrets of your restoration, prove that you are ready to receive. Go to the comments section and type "I am here, Lord," or simply type the number 7007 to signify that your spirit is open and your ears are attuned to my voice. This is your act of faith. This is you telling the universe, I am present and I am ready for my shift. Do it now, my child. Let the heavens see your name. Let the angels know you have arrived for your appointment. Once you have declared your presence, take a deep breath, for the revelation is about to begin. My precious one, I need you to know that nothing is hidden from me. While the world only sees the mask you wear, the smile you force when you walk out the door, the "I am fine" you whisper when asked how you are doing, I see the truth that lies beneath. I see the physical toll that this season of scarcity has taken on your vessel. I am not looking at your bank account right now. I am looking at you. I see the exhaustion etched into the lines of your face. I see the way you look into the mirror in the morning, tracing the shadows under your eyes, wondering where the vibrancy of your youth has gone. You feel as though you have aged 10 years in the span of one. You look at your reflection and you hardly recognize the person staring back, because worry has become a thief that steals not just your joy, but your vitality. I see you when the lights go out and the house is quiet. I see the nights where sleep refuses to come, or when it flees from you at 3:30 a.m. You stare at the ceiling, and instead of resting in my peace, your mind becomes a battlefield. You are doing the math over and over again. You are calculating dates, shifting numbers in your head, wondering which bill can wait and which one will cause the lights to go out. The anxiety creates a knot in your stomach that never seems to loosen. You turn to the left, you turn to the right. But there is no comfort, only the relentless ticking of the clock reminding you that morning is coming, and with it, the same struggles you faced yesterday. I see the physical weight you are carrying. You might call it stress or tension or fatigue, but I tell you it is a spiritual burden manifesting in your flesh. I see the way your shoulders are permanently raised, braced for impact, waiting for the next piece of bad news. I see the tightness in your chest that makes it hard to take a deep breath. You have been running on adrenaline and caffeine, pushing your body beyond its limits, because you feel that if you stop, everything will collapse. You tell yourself you just need to work harder, run faster, do more. But my child, hear me. You were not created to live in this state of perpetual survival. This heaviness you feel, it is not just the lack of money. It is the presence of fear. It is the lie that you are alone in this battle. But I am hovering over you right now to tell you that I have counted every sleepless hour. I have felt every ache in your body. I know that you are at the end of your rope. You feel like a machine that is running out of fuel, sputtering, trying to make it one more mile. Do not be ashamed of your weariness. Even the strongest warriors grow tired when the battle drags on too long. I want you to acknowledge this pain right now so I can heal it. Do not suppress it anymore. Admit that you are tired. Admit that you cannot carry this mountain by yourself. I am exposing this exhaustion not to make you feel weak, but to validate your struggle. I see you. I really truly see you. And because I see you, I can save you. You are not invisible to me. Your pain is not unnoticed by heaven. This physical draining is the final sign that you are about to cross a threshold. You are at the breaking point, yes, but you are also at the breakthrough point. Hold on. The relief you desperate crave is closer than your very breath. My child, let us speak of the mask you have been wearing. I see how you prepare yourself before you step out into the world. I watch you put on that brave face, the one that smiles and nods and tells everyone I am fine, while your spirit is screaming on the inside. You have become a master of disguise, haven't you? You are the strong one in your family. You are the rock your friends lean on. You give advice, you offer support, and you help others carry their loads, all while your own knees are buckling under the weight of a secret mountain. I have seen you sitting in your car in the driveway, gripping the steering wheel until your knuckles turn white, taking 5 minutes to compose yourself before you walk through the front door. You wipe away the tears, you fix your expression, and you walk inside to play the part of the provider, the protector, the one who has it all together. You are terrified that if you let the mask slip, if you let anyone see the true extent of the chaos, they will judge you, or worse, they will leave you. There is a profound loneliness that settles in the heart of my children when they battle in silence. I know how isolated you feel even when you are in a crowded room. You sit at dinner tables surrounded by laughter and conversation, yet you feel like you are drifting in a vast ocean miles away from the shore. You hear people talking about their vacations, their new purchases, their plans for the future, and you feel a pang of bitterness and shame. You wonder why it seems so easy for them and so impossibly hard for you. You feel like an imposter in your own life, afraid that at any moment the world will find out that you are barely hanging on by a thread. This isolation is a lie from the enemy. He wants you to believe that no one understands, that no one cares. and that you must fight this war alone in the dark. But he is a liar. I am the God who sees in the secret places. I have been in that car with you. I have sat next to you at those tables. I have heard the silent prayers you were too exhausted to speak out loud. I want you to do something for me right now. I want you to stop performing. You are safe here with me. There is no one to impress, no expectations to meet. I simply want you to be. Take a deep breath. Inhale slowly. And as you exhale, I want you to physically release the tension you are holding in your body. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Unclench your jaw. Open your hands. You have been bracing yourself for impact for so long that you have forgotten how to rest. Let go. Let the weight fall off your back and onto mine. I am big enough to carry it. I am strong enough to handle your fears, your debts, and your doubts. You do not have to be the strong one right now. You just have to be my child. Let me hold you. Let me wrap my arms around you and remind you that you are loved not for what you provide, but for who you are. The battle is fierce, I know, but you do not fight it alone. I am fighting for you even when you cannot see the sword in my hand. My beloved, let us look closely at the pattern that has been tormenting you. I know that you are not lazy. I know that you are not irresponsible. You rise early, you work hard, and you give your best effort to everything you touch. Yet despite all your toil, it feels as though you are trying to fill a bucket that has no bottom. I have watched the way money behaves in your life, and I know the frustration that burns within you. It seems that the moment a blessing enters your hand, it is already spoken for. The money comes in the front door, but it rushes out the back door before you can even take a breath of relief. It feels like you are walking on a treadmill, moving constantly, sweating, exhausting yourself, yet remaining in the exact same place year after year. I see the cruelty of the timing. Have you noticed it? The very moment you manage to save a small amount, at the very moment you think, finally, I can breathe, something breaks. The car makes a noise it shouldn't make. An appliance fails. A sudden medical bill arrives in the mail. An unexpected demand is placed upon you. It is as if there is a sensor in the spirit realm that alerts the enemy whenever you make a step forward, and he immediately sends a wave to push you 2 steps back. You have cried out to me asking, Lord, why can I not get ahead? Why does it always happen this way? You feel like you are cursed, like there is a hole in your pocket that no thread can sew shut. You look at others who seem to glide through life effortlessly while you have to fight for every single crumb. This is not just bad luck, my child. This is a cycle. It is a spiritual cage designed to keep your eyes fixed on the ground, fixed on survival, so that you never look up to see the destiny I have for you. This cycle of lack is meant to drain you of your faith. It wants you to believe that this is all there is, that you were born to struggle and you will die struggling. It wants you to accept poverty as your identity. But I am here to shatter that lie. I am here to tell you that this cycle is not your portion. It is an intruder. It is a thief. And today we are identifying this thief so that we can cast him out. You were not created to live paycheck to paycheck, suffocating under the weight of scarcity. You were created for abundance, for overflow, for a life where you have enough to bless others, not just enough to barely survive. The cycle stops with you. The rotation of lack ends here. I am exposing it because I am about to destroy it. If you recognize this cycle in your life, if you are tired of the unexpected expenses eating your harvest, then I need you to stand in agreement with me. Do not be passive. The enemy loves your silence. Press the like button as a sign that you are tired of this cycle. Share this message with someone else who is struggling, because as you help break their chains, I will break yours. And right now in the comments, I want you to roar against this enemy. Type "break the cycle" or type 888 to symbolize new beginnings. Let the heavens hear your refusal to accept this lack any longer. Declare it now. Break the cycle. My child, you must understand that what you are facing is not natural. It is not merely a result of the economy or bad luck or even your own past mistakes. Do not let the world convince you that you are simply a victim of circumstance. If you look closely at the timing of your troubles, you will see a pattern that is too precise to be accidental. It is strategic. It is targeted. There is an active resistance working against your rise. You are not fighting against flesh and blood. You are not fighting against your boss, the bank, or the bill collectors. These are merely the physical manifestations of a spiritual contention. There is an invisible enemy that has been assigned to monitor your progress and construct roadblocks the moment you gain momentum. Why you? You have asked this 1,000 times. Why does it seem like the wind is always blowing against your face? Why do others who lie and cheat seem to prosper, while you with your good heart struggle to find footing? Listen to me closely. A thief does not break into an empty house. The enemy is not attacking you because you are weak. He is attacking you because he sees the gold inside of you. He sees the destiny I have placed upon your life. He knows that if you were to step into your full financial power, you would not just spend it on yourself, you would use it to build my kingdom, to feed the hungry, to help the hopeless. The darkness is terrified of your potential. This resistance is the greatest confirmation of your value. These invisible forces act like a dam in a river. The water of blessing is flowing from my throne toward you constantly. My supply is never ending. But there has been a spiritual blockage erected to stop the flow from reaching your hands. This is why you feel stuck. It is not because the blessing isn't there. It is because it is being intercepted. But hear this: no dam can withstand the force of a tsunami. I am revealing this enemy not to frighten you, but to empower you. Once you realize that this is a spiritual attack, you can stop blaming yourself and start fighting back with the weapons I have given you. The enemy has been operating in the shadows, hoping you would never wake up to his schemes. But today, the light has been turned on. The game is over. I am about to dismantle every invisible barrier that has been raised against you. My precious child, have you ever wondered why your path has been so steep? Have you looked at the mountains you have to climb and asked, "Lord, why is it so hard for me?" It is time for you to understand the spiritual physics of your existence. You are not facing this resistance because you have done something wrong. You are facing it because you have been called to do something right. The intensity of the battle you are fighting is a direct measurement of the magnitude of the destiny you carry. If you were ordinary, your life would be easy. If you had no purpose, the enemy would leave you alone. But you are not ordinary. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness, and that is why all of hell has been trying to discourage you. Look around you. You see others who seem to coast through life, living on the surface unbothered by the storms that constantly batter your ship. They do not face the spiritual warfare you face because they are not carrying the heavy cargo of glory that you are carrying. A thief does not waste his time breaking into an empty shack. He goes after the vault. You are the vault. You are carrying a generational blessing that is meant to liberate your entire bloodline. The enemy knows that if you break through, you will pull your family, your community, and thousands of others up with you. He is not trying to stop you from paying a bill. He is trying to stop you from changing the world. This burden you feel, it is the burden of the chosen one. It is the weight of the mantle I have placed upon your shoulders. I know it feels heavy. I know there are days you want to trade it in for a normal life. But deep down in the quiet of your soul, you know you were never meant to be normal. You were built for this pressure. Carbon turns into diamond only under extreme heat and crushing weight. You are being formed. You are being sharpened. Do not despise the struggle, for it is the very thing that is training your hands for war and your fingers for battle. The attacks are not a sign of my absence. They are the proof of my trust in you. I have trusted you with this battle because I know what I put inside of you. You are stronger than you think, and you are more dangerous to the enemy than you realize. My child, I know you have questioned the purpose of this pain. You have looked at the ashes of your plans and the ruins of your expectations, and you have asked, if you love me, why did you allow this? I want to reveal a deep mystery to you today, a spiritual law that governs the lives of my greatest generals. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You felt like you were being buried like a stone thrown into a dark pit, forgotten by the world. But you were not buried. You were planted. Just as a seed must be covered in dirt and darkness before it can break open and reach for the sun, you had to go through a season of hiddenness. This was your winter. To the naked eye, a tree in winter looks dead. Its branches are bare, it bears no fruit, and it seems defenseless against the cold wind. But underground, where no one can see the roots, are growing deeper, searching for hidden water sources, anchoring themselves into the bedrock. I allowed the surface to be stripped away so that your foundation could be built on solid rock. If I had blessed you with the abundance you asked for 3 years ago, the weight of it would have crushed you because your roots were not deep enough to hold it. Consider the gold. When it is taken from the earth, it is not beautiful. It is mixed with dirt, rock, and impurities. It has value, but its true brilliance is hidden. To reveal the glory inside it must go through the fire. I am the refiner, and you are my precious gold. I have allowed the heat to rise in your life, not to destroy you, but to purify you. The fire burns away the dross, the fear, the pride, the reliance on people, the false securities. I know the heat has been intense. I know you felt like you were melting away. But a refiner never leaves the gold in the fire alone. He sits right next to the crucible, watching intently. He knows exactly how hot the fire needs to be and exactly how long it needs to burn. He does not take his eyes off the metal for a single second. And do you know when he knows the gold is ready? When he can look into the molten metal and see his own reflection perfectly. I have been refining you until I could see my character, my strength and my love reflected in you. You are coming out of this furnace not as a victim, but as pure gold, valuable and unbreakable. My promise to you has always been clear, though you may have forgotten it in the smoke of the battle. Remember my words in Isaiah 43:2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you. Notice, my beloved, that I said when you pass through, not if. The fire is inevitable for the chosen, but the destruction is impossible for the protected. You have walked through the fire of debt. You have walked through the fire of betrayal. You have walked through the fire of lack. But look at yourself, you are still standing. You do not smell of smoke. The only things that burned up were the chains that were holding you back. The fire that was meant to kill you only set you free. This season of refining is the prerequisite for the season of reigning. You cannot handle the scepter of authority until you have handled the shovel of humility. The reason the enemy attacked you so fiercely is that he recognized the refining process. He knew that if you survived the fire, you would become unstoppable. He tried to drown you in the rivers of despair, but I taught you how to swim. He tried to burn you with the flames of poverty, but I made you fireproof. You are now entering a new season. The testing phase is concluding. You have proven your faithfulness in the valley, and now you are qualified for the mountaintop. The character I have built in you during these dark nights is the container that will hold the overflow I am about to pour out. The refining is done. The gold is pure. And now the glory begins. My child, hear the sound of the gavel striking the sound block of heaven. It is a sound that echoes through eternity, shaking the very foundations of the earth. That sound signifies a verdict, and the verdict is in your favor. I am declaring right here and right now that the season of restriction is officially over. The time of your containment has expired. You have served your time in the wilderness, you have endured the scarcity, and you have remained faithful even when you had every reason to give up. Now I am stepping into your timeline to shatter the invisible fetters that have kept you bound to the ground. The spiritual chains of debt, the heavy yokes of generational poverty, and the shackles of constant failure, they are all disintegrating at the sound of my voice. Visualize this moment with me. Imagine heavy rusted iron chains wrapped tightly around your ankles, preventing you from running. Imagine them wrapped around your hands, stopping you from grasping the opportunities that float by. These chains have been there for so long that you have grown used to their weight. You have learned to limp instead of walk, to survive instead of thrive. But look, my hand is reaching down with the sword of spirit. With one swift strike, snap, the metal is severed. The weight falls away. Can you feel the lightness returning to your limbs? Can you feel the sudden rush of freedom coursing through your veins? This is not a metaphor. In the spiritual realm, a massive liberation has just taken place. The enemy who held the keys to your cage has been defeated, and the door is swinging wide open. This is the fulfillment of my promise in Psalm 34:17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. You have cried out in the night. You have whispered prayers through tears. You thought your voice was lost in the wind, but it went straight to my throne room. I heard you. And I am not just comforting you. I am delivering you. Deliverance means to be snatched out of danger, to be rescued from a pit, to be set free from a captor. I am delivering you from the trouble of not enough. I am delivering you from the anxiety of how will I pay. I am delivering you from the shame of borrowing. That life is behind you now. It is a closed chapter. Do not turn back to read it again. The only thing required of you now is to stand up and walk out of the prison cell. The door is unlocked. The guards are gone. Do not sit in the corner of your past simply because it is familiar. Do not let the memory of the chains keep you enslaved when the reality of freedom is right in front of you. Shake off the dust of the valley. Straighten your back. You are free. The barriers that stopped you yesterday have no power over you today. If you try to open that business again, it will work. If you apply for that position again, you will be favored. The resistance is gone. The atmosphere has shifted. Walk into your freedom. My child, for the chains are broken, and they will never bind you again. My child, before the heavy rain falls to water the earth, the wind changes direction, and the air grows heavy with the scent of ozone. Before the sun breaks over the horizon, the sky turns a specific shade of indigo. In my kingdom, there are always signs before a miracle manifests. You have been asking me, Lord, when is it coming? How will I know? I tell you, if you open your spiritual eyes, you will see that the atmosphere around you is already shifting. The breakthrough is not just coming. It is already hovering over your life, waiting for the precise moment to land. You have been noticing things, small coincidences, that you dismissed as random. But I tell you, there is no such thing as coincidence in the life of the chosen. These are the breadcrumbs of heaven leading you to your pot of gold. You have been seeing the numbers, haven't you? You look at your phone to check the time, and it is exactly 11:11. You drive down the street and see a license plate with 888 or 777. You wake up in the middle of the night at 3:33 or 4:44. These are not glitches in the matrix. They are messages from my angels. When you see 11:11, it is my way of telling you that you are coming into alignment. Your thoughts, your prayers, and my will are syncing up. When you see 8888, it is the biblical number of new beginnings and financial abundance. It is heaven winking at you, whispering, "It is close." Keep going. Do not ignore these signals. Acknowledge them. Smile at them. Say, "I receive the message, Lord." Every time you acknowledge a sign, you magnetize the miracle closer to you. Pay attention to your dreams in this season. Have you dreamed of water recently? Perhaps you were standing by a vast ocean, or you saw a river overflowing its banks, or even a sudden heavy rain. In the language of the Spirit, water represents my Holy Spirit and financial abundance. A calm ocean signifies deep peace and vast supply. A rushing river signifies a sudden, powerful movement of resources into your life. If you have had these dreams, rejoice. It means the dam has broken in the spirit realm, and the flow is making its way to your physical reality. Even the physical sensations in your body are changing. You might feel a sudden ringing in your ears, a high-pitched frequency. Do not be afraid. This is your spiritual hearing being tuned to the frequency of heaven. You are downloading instructions and wisdom that will lead you to wealth, even if your conscious mind doesn't understand it yet. But the greatest sign of all is the sudden, inexplicable peace that has washed over you or is about to wash over you in the midst of the storm. It is a peace that makes no logical sense. Your bank account may still look empty. The bills may still be on the table. But suddenly the panic is gone. The anxiety vanishes. You feel a quiet confidence, a deep knowing in your gut that everything is going to be all right. You stop striving and start trusting. This is the peace that passes all understanding. It is the evidence that the battle is over. When you feel this peace, know that the victory has already been won in the courts of heaven, and the manifestation is simply catching up to the verdict. You are not waiting for the miracle anymore. You are walking in it. The shift has happened. Welcome to your new reality. My child, prepare your vessels. Prepare your heart. What I am about to release into your life is not a gentle rain. It is a flood. It is a tsunami of provision that will sweep away every trace of debt, every remnant of lack, and every memory of poverty. You have been praying for a trickle just enough to get by, but I am the God of the overflow. I do not do things in half measures. When I bless abundantly. I am opening the floodgates of heaven over your life right now, just as I promised in Malachi 3:10. I said, "Test me in this and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it." That is my challenge to you today. Dare to believe that I can solve your years of struggle in a single moment of divine favor. You are asking, "Lord, how can this happen? My salary is fixed. My debts are too high." Stop looking at your limitations and start looking at my infinite resources. I am not limited by your paycheck. I am not limited by the economy. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I can command resources to come to you from the north, south, east, and west. I am speaking of unexpected checks arriving in the mail from sources you have forgotten. I am speaking of retroactive pay of settlements being ruled in your favor, of inheritances released, of debts being supernaturally canceled. I am moving on the hearts of people right now to bless you. There are people who will feel a sudden compulsion to give to you, to hire you, to promote you, and they won't even understand why. It is my hand guiding them. I see a specific debt that has been keeping you up at night. It hangs over your head like a dark cloud. Hear me clearly, I am wiping it out. Whether through a sudden influx of cash or a miraculous cancellation, that burden is being removed. You will look for it, but you will not find it. I am restoring what the enemy stole from you. The money you lost in bad investments, I am restoring it. The years you worked without fair pay, I am paying you back with interest. This is the season of divine restitution. The scales of justice are tipping in your favor. If you believe that I am breaking your financial chains right now, do not stay silent. Faith is an action. You must grab hold of this promise before it passes you by. I want you to make a demand on the anointing flowing through this message. Go to the comments and type, "Breakthrough is mine," to claim this financial tsunami. Do not let doubt seal your lips. Open your mouth and declare your victory. Type "Breakthrough is mine" and watch how the universe rearranges itself to accommodate your confession. Imagine the feeling of waking up and not worrying about money. Imagine going to the grocery store and not mentally calculating the total before you get to the register. Imagine having the ability to write a check for a family member in need without hesitating. This is the reality I am bringing to you. This is the freedom of the kingdom. The tsunami is here. The waves of abundance are crashing onto your shore. Stand firm, open your arms, and receive the wealth that was stored up for you for such a time as this. My child, you must understand that the enemy did not just attack your bank account to make you poor. He attacked your finances to isolate you. He knows that when the resources dry up, the relationships often suffer. I have seen the strain this season of lack has placed on your home. I have heard the arguments that erupted over money, the sharp words spoken in frustration, the heavy silences that filled the room after the bills were opened. I saw the friends who quietly drifted away when you could no longer keep up, and the family members who looked at you with judgment rather than compassion. You have felt abandoned, misunderstood, and deeply lonely. You have wondered if anyone truly loves you for you, or if they only loved what you could provide. But hear me today. As I restore your finances, I am simultaneously restoring your relationships. The financial breakthrough I am sending is the oil that will stop the friction in your home. The stress that has been acting like a wall between you and your loved ones is crumbling right now. Laughter is returning to your dinner table. Peace is returning to your pillow. I am healing the wounds that financial pressure caused in your marriage and in your connection with your children. You will no longer look at them and feel the guilt of what you cannot give. You will look at them with the joy of being the provider I created you to be. I am also about to vindicate you publicly. I know there are those who whispered behind your back. There are those who mocked your faith, who looked at your struggle and said, "Where is their God now?" They thought your story was over. They wrote you off as a failure. But oh my child, they are about to witness a spectacle. I am preparing a table before you in the very presence of your enemies. I am raising you up not to gloat, but to glorify me. Those who doubted you will have to cover their mouths in awe when they see the favor that rests upon your life. You will not have to say a word to defend yourself. Your restoration will be your defense. Your success will be your testimony. Furthermore, I am purging your circle. This season of hardship was a filter I used to reveal who was truly with you. Do not grieve the loss of those who walked away when the money ran out. They were attached to your pocket, not your destiny. I removed them to make space for the new. I am sending you destiny helpers, new connections, new friends, and new mentors who are aligned with your future, not your past. These are people who will celebrate your elevation, not be jealous of it. They will push you higher, speak life into your dreams, and walk with you into the abundance I have prepared. The season of loneliness is over. You are about to be surrounded by love, respect, and honor. My child, I am a God of order, not confusion. I created the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th, establishing a divine rhythm that governs the universe. Today, I am placing your restoration into that same divine timeline. I am not speaking of a vague someday that never arrives. I am giving you a specific window of acceleration. I want you to mark this moment. Look at the time. Look at the date. From this very second, a 7-day cycle of miracles is beginning in your life. Do not take this lightly. The angels have been dispatched with specific instructions to clear the path before you. Within the next 24 hours, you will see the first spark. It may start small, a phone call you didn't expect, an email bringing good news, or a sudden resolution to a minor problem that has been annoying you. This is the first fruits, the signal that the machinery of heaven is turning in your favor. Do not dismiss it as a coincidence. When you see it, whisper, "Thank you, Lord," because it is the proof that the dam is cracked. Your spirit will feel lighter. The heavy fog of depression that has clouded your mind in the mornings will lift, and you will wake up with a song in your heart for the first time in months. By the 3rd day, the momentum will shift visibly. This is the day of clarity. Confusion will vanish. You will suddenly know exactly what to do about a situation that has paralyzed you. Ideas will flow into your mind, ideas for businesses, for solutions, for investments that are not your own. They are downloads from my wisdom. Write them down. These ideas are the seeds of your future fortune. Also, by day 3, expect movement in your finances. A blockage will be removed. A delay will be canceled. The money that was held up will be released. You will feel the wind at your back, pushing you forward. By the 7th day, you will stand in awe of what has transpired. The number 7 is my number of completion and perfection. By this time next week, a major cycle of lack will be officially closed. You will look back at this week and realize that you are not the same person who started it. A specific answer to prayer 1 that you have been agonizing over will manifest. The fear that once gripped you will be replaced by a testimony. You will enter a state of Sabbath rest, not just physically, but spiritually. You will stop striving and start abiding in my abundance. Watch the calendar. Watch the clock. The countdown to your new life has begun. My beloved, as we approach the culmination of this message, I need to elevate your thinking one final time. You have been praying for enough to pay the rent, enough to clear the debt, enough to stop the worry. But enough is not the language of heaven. Enough is merely survival. I do not want you to just survive. I want you to overflow. My cup does not just fill to the brim, it runs over. Why? Because you cannot serve the world from an empty vessel. You cannot lift others up if you are constantly falling down. I am bringing you into a season of abundance, not just for your comfort, but for your calling. The wealth I am entrusting to you is not just for you to consume. It is for you to distribute. I have seen your heart. I know that even when you had little, you gave. I saw you share your last meal. I saw you give that few dollars to the homeless stranger, even when you needed it yourself. That spirit of generosity is the very reason I can trust you with millions. I know that money will not change who you are. It will only amplify who you are. The world hoards, but my children flow. You are not a reservoir that holds water until it becomes stagnant. You are a river. A river is constantly receiving and constantly giving, and because of that flow, it is full of life. I am making you a conduit of kingdom finance. Through you, orphanages will be built. Through you, communities will be fed. Through you, the hopeless will see my love in action. Hear the promise I make to you today, anchored in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25. I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten. Pause and let that sink in. I am not just restoring the money. I am restoring the years. The enemy thought he stole your prime. He thought he wasted your time in that dead-end job, in that financial depression, in that season of loss. But I am the God of time. I can accelerate you so fast that you will accomplish in 1 year what it takes others 10 years to achieve. The harvest that was eaten by the locusts of debt and fear is being returned to you with compound interest. You are not behind in life. With this shift, you are stepping right into the front of the line. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of this blessing. When the numbers in your bank account grow large, do not pull back in fear or guilt. Poverty is not holiness, it is a limitation. Abundance, when placed in the hands of a righteous steward like you, is a weapon of righteousness. Embrace this overflow. Stand tall in your new identity as a kingdom financier. You are the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower. The days of scraping by are history. You are now entering the days of more than enough. Prepare your heart, for the windows of heaven are open, and I am pouring out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive unless you start giving it away. My child, we have reached the most critical moment of this divine appointment. What we have shared today is not merely a conversation, it is a covenant. In the ancient days, a covenant was the strongest bond that could exist, unbreakable and sealed with blood. Today, I am making a covenant of wealth and restoration with you, sealed by my Spirit and my word. Do not treat this lightly. By staying to the end of this message, you have signaled to the heavens that you are serious about your breakthrough. You have walked through the valley, you have received the revelation, and now you stand at the altar of decision. We are about to lock this blessing into your timeline forever. I want you to visualize a legal document in the spirit realm. It is a decree of abundance with your name written on it in golden letters. It lists every debt canceled, every sickness healed, and every financial block removed. It outlines the generational wealth that is now legally yours. I am holding the pen ready to sign off on your future, but a covenant requires 2 parties. I need your agreement. I need your faith to mix with my power. We are going to pray a prayer of activation right now. This is not a passive prayer. It is a command. It is a declaration that shifts reality. Receive this prayer. As I speak it over you, I decree and declare that the cycle of poverty in your bloodline is shattered this very instant. I command the spirit of debt to loose its hold on your life. I speak to the north, south, east, and west to release the resources that have been held back from you. I declare that your bank accounts are blessed, your hands are anointed to create wealth, and your mind is fertile with divine ideas. I rebuke the devourer for your sake. No weapon formed against your finances shall prosper. I place a hedge of protection around your harvest, so that what comes into your hand shall not be stolen, lost, or wasted. You are blessed coming in, and you are blessed going out. The struggle is over. The victory is won. The ink is dry. The decree has been issued. The angels have been dispatched with their marching orders. They are moving out right now to enforce this verdict in the natural world. They are going to your mailbox, your bank, your workplace, and your business to pave the way for the overflow. It is done. It is finished. The heavy lifting is over. All that remains is for you to walk in the confidence of this finished work. Do not doubt. Do not waver. The moment you leave this video, walk as if you are already the wealthiest version of yourself, because in my eyes you are. Now I ask you to perform one final prophetic act to seal this covenant. This is your signature on the spiritual contract we have just created. Do not leave this holy ground without signing your name to this promise. I want you to go to the comments section one last time and declare your acceptance of this new reality. Type, "I claim my abundance," to sign this covenant with me. Let this be the marker in time that you look back on and say, "That was the moment everything changed." I love you with an everlasting love. The windows of heaven are open. Go now and receive your portion.